that was overall really positive. There's still a ton of stuff to find out, like detail-wise. Let's take a look at this website real smooth, like. I'm offline in game. I am. Yeah. Okay. Let's jump in here. Okay. The Drakthir Evoker. All right. Draconic Heritage. Drakthir Evoker is freely switched between two customizable forms. So it says here it's not combat related, dudes. Choosing between a humanoid visage and a fearsome draconic form to battle foes and overcome obstacles. What you might find is certain spells, like that dragon that when it breathes fire across the sky, insta changes you to draconic form, like a demon hunter, and then brings you back out of it when you land, something like that. Drakthir Evokers. What do you guys think about them being locked to just being Evokers? I think that's going to piss a lot of people off. Well, maybe it's the right choice. I don't know. Yeah, it's a very old school way of thinking. Is like you can only be that. Like, there will be people who really want to be like a Drakthir warrior, a Drakthir priest, you know, or a Drakthir druid or something like that. I mean, I know like from the druids especially, who are very locked into certain things. Kind of sucks. I know a lot of people were really open a lot more class race combos. So they get their own island to jump into. I really don't like the design, but not that it matters. Drakthir Evokers can fight from mid-range with claws and fire breath attacks, devastation, or draw upon the life-giving magic of renewal to bolster their allies, the preservation. Yeah, I'm not a visual fan of them. The models look... They look really old. Is it me? They look really old. I know when I saw Demon Hunters for the first time, no, because like when I saw Demon Hunters, they looked really modernized, but these don't. Yeah, they're alright. Looks like you got very limited armor choices in the dragon form. Empowered abilities. Drakthir Evokers can empower their draconic abilities through magic. Charge up your attack. This is going to be real. Oh, so you get a cast bar. Here it is. Yeah. You get a bar to track it. Interesting. So Dream Breath, which, I mean, you can sound like that sounds like an AoE heal, right? You can charge up the AoE heal to pull it off. You hate this? I mean, it won't be for everybody, that's for sure. It's definitely something we've used before in different games, but interesting to see it brought here. To see how they can integrate it. Dragon riding, I didn't see anything particularly cool about this other than the customizing the dragon for the people that are into it. Other than that. Master the art of dragon riding, a new form of aerial movement. Explore the land and obtain 4 new Dragon Isle Drakes. Unique customizable mounts that can be truly made your own. The millions of possible combinations to choose from. No 2 Drakes are the same. You know what really is the thing for me, I guess? Not trying to be negative by any means. I don't really like dragons. So, no, you know what I mean? This one looks a bit like a puppy. Like as a mount, the only dragon mount I use in game, I have like a dozen, if not more, dragon mounts in game. And the only one I use is the Black Proto Drake to annoy Roger Brown. That's literally the only reason I use it. Like, it's the only reason it was in my favorites list at all anyway, is because Roger doesn't have it. And therefore I just use it just to troll him whenever I'm nearby, you know? You don't like these dragons? It'd be interesting to see what customization and armors they can get on them. You could have a lot of fun with it. I just really hope there's some... Oh, here we go. As you grow in skill, you and your Drake will master new maneuvers. Fight against exhaustion and pull of the earth and soar above the Dragon Isles. Continue to improve your dragon riding skill at max level by hunting down ancient glyphs and advancing your new dragon riding skill tree. So you get a skill tree with your dragon. Once you reach max level, you can conquer additional challenges. That's what I'm after. Okay, so it is there. Okay, cool. As long as there's something like this that makes it something fun as a side activity, I'm okay. I'd be like down with this. So you can conquer additional challenges all over the Dragon Isles to unlock even more customization options for your Drakes. Okay, I'm fine with that. That's cool. That's cool. All right, new continent, the Dragon Isles, the Waking Shores. What did you guys think of the zones? I like that they're kind of like very retro WoW style, like grounded, not completely ridiculous. I thought they were nice and colorful, nice and crazy. I didn't see anything really stand out. Maybe the city will be. I was thinking back to Wrath of the Lich King because that video was playing side by side with this. Of, like when we saw the tower in the middle of Dragonflight, or when you see the wall at Icecrown, or the Citadel, or you saw Ulduar, and you were like, oh. But this is pulling it back a little bit. I would say it's definitely more Azeroth style, I would say, than Wrath of the Lich King like. Which is nice, but I haven't seen anything that was like, oh shit, I kind of want to see what that's all about. Okay. Run and right. Okay, more dragon stuff. WoD style? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's probably things. I don't think they mentioned anything, I mean, not that we would have heard it here, about any sort of zone-specific stuff. Open world stuff. Dragonflight brings significant updates to existing game systems. Experience the largest talent system revamp yet. Along with the whole new stuff. Okay. So this is the... Is this the only picture we had of the talent system? It is. Okay. The nerd in me really wants to fuck with this system. And see what... Is there anything that's genuinely cool here? You can see, like, if you were Resto, you can pick up Moonkin form over here, where you'd have to pick up Sunfire and Starfire separately. Or you could go over to the Feral side... Get Rip and Rake. Rage Strike, Savage Bite, Ferocious Bite. Probably Maim is down here. Survival Instincts is all the way down here. Isn't that Fury of a Loon? Or is that tank one that heals you? A lot of people will wait for the meta in terms of PvP, but the ideal solution that Blizz is probably going for here, I imagine, is on this side, which is your class shit, that will be meted out to hell, right? On certain encounters. But the likelihood is, like they showed in the video, that this is not just Convoke. It's Convoke and Incarn. So even this might not be meted out to hell. If they get this right, on boss 1, you'll be using X. On boss 1, you'll be using this side. On boss 2, over here. Boss 3, swapping back. It'll be interesting to see how the players deal with that, because a lot of players, for some reason, hate changing talents. They detest it. But with loadouts, assuming I'm not seeing a currency need here, you can see this is called, am I behind this? It's actually called Resto Loadout 3. You can see there. So as long as you could save the loadouts and swap it on the fly, I wonder if you could even tie it to gear choices. That would be interesting. So you could have M+, Resto, stuff like that, and really mess around with it. I mean, you've no doubt that if you're like Tommy Heroic and Tommy Mythic plus 15, and that's kind of it, then you're probably fine with a generalized setup. But for the people who really want to push their characters, there's probably a lot of flexibility here. And also, if they get this right, you could do some really cool pairing up with depending on the other healers in your team. It will come down to balancing, which is always a problem. But as long as they don't add more systems on, Copium, Hopium, Maximum, anything, as long as they don't start tacking on random systems, which make the balancing like an impossibility almost, that would be sweet. But you could go for like a more single target specialized, I'm just looking at Resto Druid here, a more single target specialized Resto setup, because you've brought like 2 very good AoE healers, or perhaps you've got like 2 Holy Paladins or whatever, and now you want to move over to a more like spread movement style. It'll be interesting to see what these tooltips involve. As long as, right now, I'm reading this as if these are just the spells that are ordinarily in the game, right? So I'm just saying that that's Ironbark. This improves Ironbark by 2% or some shit like that, which will make me drink my own piss and vomit it out of my nose, if that's what these are. Like, this improves Wild Growth by 1.5%. That, I mean, at that point, I will just give up completely, because you've missed the point of the potential of the system at this point. Like, that would suck completely. So hopefully there are changes like that. Like this, instead of this being like Life Bloom is now 2% more effective, and now you get Cultivation. This makes your Life Bloom jump if you do certain things to it or swap it around. So am I healing one guy? I don't need this to happen. Or am I doing some spread healing on like 2 tanks or whatever? So having multiple Life Blooms up is a good idea. Then I can fucking make some choices in this talent tree. But if these read like that, where it's just like, well, you know, yeah, now it's like Innovate lasts 2 seconds longer, then, you know, fuck this system. Like, that would suck. Let's not go back to that. Crafting needs to mess around with it to see how it goes, right? We're revamping the WoW's HUD. Yeah, I mean, if you use add-ons, it's no big deal to you. It's fine. We're going back to that. I hope not. There's not... I'm trying to see if that would be in there. The ones that are interesting to me are the ones with multiple points spent in them. Like, what does this do? Does it reduce the cooldown? Does it make it... You know, because it could be like a skill-based one, right? Your Iron Bark is now 5% more effective, but lasts X amount of seconds longer. So if you're good with putting Iron Bark up and predicting when it's going to go up, then you can get a more effective Iron Bark that more regularly throughout the fight if you want that. Things like that would be cool. But if this is like Iron Bark is a percentage better, is Ysera's Gift just slightly better? Why do I still remember all these talents? What the fuck? Why is that still in my brain? All right, new level cap. So we are doing 10 levels. Okay. New raid, obviously. New dungeons. Yeah. That's pretty dope. 15 years of talking about them. That's the thing. Okay. I mean, all the pictures are always beautiful. Screen burn. Yeah, a little bit. I still remember all the talents for a resto druid. Fucking hell. I don't know. I mean, I'm quietly kind of okay with this so far. I just want to see the minutia. There's no mention of any power systems so far. No mention of any legendaries. No mention of what the gearing system is going to be like. No mention of any sort of day-to-day activities. There was a brief touch on, like, you've got to... Like, I mean, if it's basic bitch, which I hope it's not, it's like, oh, you're on the Unaran Plains. You have to earn the reputation with the people of the Unaran Plains, the centaurs. Oh, now you're in the Azure Span. Now you need to earn the reputation of the Gnolls. Oh, now you're in Thaldraszus, because... You know, like, you know the standard stuff, which is like, well, you kind of need to do all of them, guys, because the Centaur tribes have your leg enchant, and the Azure Span has your shoulder enchant, and if you want to make any potions, you need Thaldraszus, and they also have your gloves enchant, you know, shit like that. Like, I really hope it's not that. And they go more Wrath of the Lich King style, because in Wrath of the Lich King style, there was much more flexibility on that stuff, besides them stupid mountain people, the Sons of Hodir. Everything else besides Scryers and Sons of Hodir, you could kind of goof around on for a little bit. They also say a single word about the systems. Yeah, like, we don't know about that yet. This is early days. But so far, pretty good start. A solid start, for sure. I'd like to see stuff. Quality bar in Green Gear 2 in crafting, if I recall. Let's have a look at the crafting again. I'm not sure if we had a picture of that. The answer is, WoW is better to show all the refugees that left. Why the offering is better than what it should be. Yeah, I mean, nothing... I think the only thing I'm lacking... The only negatives I even have about what we just watched... One, it was way too crazily overproduced. Like, that was mad. That was insane. And I'm not even, like... I'm not even being Mr. fucking one side here, because the FF14 one is... just the two developers with a fucking laptop and a bunch of printouts just talking shit, which is the best form of relatable developer content I've ever seen in my life, is two stressed out game devs kicking back with a fucking stack of printouts, showing a fucking printout of a hair model to a camera going, there's one, and now I'm just gonna, like, cut to my screen. I'm just gonna play the game, right? That was the best thing I've ever seen in my life, because we could relate to that. Especially those of us on Twitch. We're like, this is just like watching a stream. This is great. But this was mega overproduced. But by the by, the content itself, I was pretty happy with. There's a few things I would love to actually check out here. But we'll wait and see as more information and interviews go on as to where's the dagger. They're not going to put anything out. I think the only thing they put out today that people are going to be, like, up in arms about is the Evoker being only Drakthir. I think that'll be the big one that people are going to be fighting over. Other than that, alright, pretty good. Yeah. What even is this race? They're dragon people. There you go. I don't like the models, though. I mean, they look like blood elves. That looks like a blood elf male to me. With, like, shit all over his face. Yeah, not a fan of the models. Some people are going to love them. It's whatever. I don't know. Use a fucking Savory Deviant Delight, whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, pretty good. Wargo model, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't grab me. I was hoping for like a Dragon Roar, or if you're gonna make a Dragon one. I mean, it's nice that they seemingly get double jump as a passive. That's cool. Not double jump. They got glide as a racial passive. That's nice. That's good. What are they? What's only the 5 out of 5 quality delights? The real question is, are they hotter than Draenei? I mean, I have yet to be in a situation where I'm trying to fuck a game character, so I'm good. I'm good on that. Looks pretty good though. Looks like it's a good bit of foundation. Let's hope it goes somewhere. I think that's the next thing for me, is let's hope it goes somewhere. Like, I want to see, if you're going to build this system, all right, show us the limits of what that system can do. Because otherwise, it's just a customizable mount, which appeals to, like, 20 people. So this has me excited, this thing here. The zones, all right, they're huge, is what they're saying. They're huge. We had to up the draw distance for the game. Okay, cool. What's in it, though? We'll take some time to find out. Massive zones are fine, but is that to appease Tommy Two Shits on MMO Champion, who's bitching because he's measured out the zone with his ruler, and the new zone is 1 centimeter smaller than the last zone, ergo we got less content? Is it to appease that fucking dickhead? Because if it's to appease that dipshit, then I couldn't care less. Ducks. Yeah, I don't know what the duck thing is. Appease the new flying system. I hope so, because verticality looks like it's been ingrained. We're getting flying from the start. Saying we, I'm not even sure I'm going to play it, but flying from the start is a good idea, and the zones look like they are accounting for verticality, which is great. Yeah, they said you get your dragon right at the very start. So, there have never been ducks in WoW. Who knows that? Who fucking cares? Who's checking? No, I've traveled every zone, guys. There's no ducks. Nope, I've been through the game files. There's no ducks. In a sense, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We care. I really care about the lack of ducks. It's been bothering me for years. It really has. It's been driving me mad. No ducks. I'm a big duck fan, you see. Huge duck fan. What's worse, the ducks in WoW or the grapes in FF14? Great gate. Great gang rise up. No way. I'm happy for a start. I mean, it wasn't... There was nothing huge, but I think their big home run that they were aiming for was this. I'm not sure it landed it out of the park. I'm not sure this was a home run. You know? I think this was their home run strike, was the new race and new class. And I'm not sure it delivered for a lot of people. It depends on the gameplay that comes with it, right? It's not Demon Hunters, no. Like, the best spell I saw was the dragon. Like, movable eye beam is what we saw as well, right? We saw that movable eye beam. Which is good. Not a fan of lock classes. I think a lot of people will have some issues with that, yeah, for sure. Going to know if the charge system is evoker only. I think this is the test bed for the charge system. This is the test bed. What's the feedback on it? I think one thing that immediately made everything go, holy fuck, that's so bad. I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel like... I had nothing there that made me go like, you know, the old facepalm thumbnail. Like, there was nothing there that was like, Jesus Christ, why? There was nothing like that. But that might come later. Charge is probably going to have to stuck with dodging mechanics. I mean, that's something we deal with in a lot of classes regardless. Like, Rune of Power is a good example of that. Even, it depends how long the charge is. You could argue, like, even casting an aim shot on a Marks Hunter, even with all them abilities like that. If the charge time is the same as, like, a spell cast, or slightly longer, then it's fine. We do that regularly in other classes anyway. I don't think the charge system will be that bad. Why is it Elven humanized form? Just why? I don't know. Question. Didn't the dragons lose their powers, become mortal? That's as far as I know. Yeah, they gave up their immortality to kill Deathwing, the last I remembered. See, you could cancel those, so it's okay. Well, the picture we saw on the charge thing... So, the way it looks to me is, like... Assuming this is a heal by the name Dream Breath and it being green and a cone, so I assume it's going to breathe a heal. It might be something like, if you go over tip 1, that's the heal. Tip 2 applies a hot. Tip 3 like increases the haste, right? So even if you can only pull off a quick one, you still get the heal benefit. But if you manage to do the full one, you also get a heal over time effect. And if you get the third one, then maybe you get some sort of flourish effect that goes along with it. Things like that. So that even if you only pull off a quick one, you still get the important portion, if that makes sense. You get the important portion, so if you're in a rush or you're doing something like the Jailer where you're not allowed to stand still for more than 5 seconds, or you get mind-controlled, a dildo up your ass, thrown off the roof, bounce back on top, then an explosion on your face, then you can still pull off heals and stuff effectively with it and find time to do things. So, you know, that's what you can't... If this is like a 7-second cast... That's garbage, right? that's trash. But if it's like 3 seconds, so it's like 1, 2, 3, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the race tour first, you know what I mean. Look at the floor, there's range markers. I'm not sure if that's a range marker or just the animation to show the cone. It's hard to say if it's range markers or not. Have to see. So it could be that it goes further. I doubt it, though. Because you don't want it to be like, if you don't hold it for long enough, it only gets directly in front of you. Like, that would be pretty shit. You have to hold it for a lot longer, otherwise it only goes like 5 or 7 yards or something. That would be kind of trash. Yeah, just distance would be boring. What you want is it to be... Ideally, I think with these systems, you go for... The important part is the first bit. The second bit gives you a decent bonus, and the third bit is a really worthwhile bonus. But if you miss that, it's okay. Like, that's fine. And that's good. Dragonflight might be an example of what Dragonflight might be based off. Yeah. Oh, the Guild Wars 2 stuff? Yeah, I have seen the Guild Wars 2 Dragon stuff. I'm just hoping they do something more with it and something interesting with it. Lost Ark has spells with that. There's lots of games with spells like that. It's not a new thing. League of Legends has spells like that. Fine. Everybody will be comfortable with it from the start, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. Or a lot of people will be already comfortable with it. The chances to be interruptible? I don't know. I mean, we've never even seen a spell cast with it, you know? I've certainly not tried to pummel somebody who's casting it. I have no idea. I mean, I won't be able to find out for you. I doubt I'm on the alpha list anymore, but it'll be interesting to find out. The next thing is like, when are the details coming out? When are the details coming out? So it's 10 levels. He said 5 zones, but there's only 4 actual endgame zones, right? Or is there 5? The Waking Shores, Honorarmed Plains, the Azure Span, Valdrassus. Is this another zone, or is this the starter zone? Is it 5 end zones and 1 starter zone, or 4 end zones and 1 starter zone? 4, 1 is for leveling. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, okay, so you're getting 4 endgame zones, and this one is the training ground. Okay. Yeah, 4 leveling, 1 class zone. So, 10 levels. I wonder why they didn't make it 5 levels. I think you've got to go 4 zones. Yeah, no endgame zone. Which I was kind of hoping for. I would kind of like for that. I mean, obviously it depends on the size and length and stuff like that. I can't say I'm overly grabbed by the story. I actually was happy that we saw Stoneboy. Like, Stoneboy looked really cool. I thought it was going to be something different, and then the dragons showed up. Like, I was really intrigued, and then the dragons showed up. Oh, we got some tier set concept art. Checking. Oh, the WoW. How are the Wowhead guys getting in? They have access to something? Woohoo! Any linkers? If you got linkers, link me. It make my life much easier than trying to browse Wowheads being spammed constantly as well. Oh, I stole your pickle all over it. What a legend. It's an empty post. Blizzard has revealed the concept art of upcoming Primalist tier sets for Dragonflight. Am I blind? Oh, it's from the press kit. Okay, okay. There we go. Nope. Is it loading for you? Ah, there we go. Not too sharps. This is concept art, obviously. Remember that. This is like hand-drawn. Yeah, that's nice. Also nice. It's not going to look anything like that. How dare you? How dare you? Where's the Evoker one? I wonder what they're going to do with the armor for the Evokers. Because you can get armor in the human form, but it looks like you just get a chest piece and a helm. And if we're looking at, I mean, this is probably wrong, but it doesn't seem to link to what the humanoid version is wearing. It looks... Looks mishmashed. What do you think of the Evokers, Chris?
I'm interested. My guess is they'll probably maybe have a rating.
Yeah, I can't see them locking it down forever. Well,
what I will say though is the suspicion is that the Kraken probably
the Worgen skeleton
would be my guess.
It looks like it with the feet, especially, right?
Yeah, so that's probably why it will work. They'll be able to fit.
Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense.
That's my guess. I mean, it's not that.
Nothing was like, oh, that's well shit that I saw today.
Yeah. It's not that different from Demon Hunters. They can only blood elves. No,
yeah, but blood elves can be anything they want for the most part.
Yes, that's.
Yeah, demon hunters can only be blood elves, but blood elves can also be a huge race of other things.
Although you can't be that form of blood elf.
What?
You can't be that type of.
I mean, what are you missing? The eye thing?
The eyes, the scales. This is kind of more extreme.
Yeah, but that's if you choose that class, though, isn't it? Because you still have blood elf, but you get some other visual effects if you're a demon hunter.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, it's splitting definition.
Yeah. Like Drakthir could literally only be the one race. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. They can't be anything else, animation or facial features otherwise or anything. Yeah.
But there is some interesting stuff.
Yeah, hopefully professions are worthwhile, otherwise the system dies. That's the thing. Like, these need to be things people want. That's the difficult thing. The difficult thing is the crafting stuff has to be things people want, otherwise the whole system's dead on its arse. Because no one's going to take a bounty for stuff that's like, well, I could buy the BOE off the auction house for 10k. Or I can farm for like four days and get this for 20k and it's not as good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the quality doesn't seem...
Well, I'm getting a Sunwell vibe from this. You're not seeing... This is like a Sunwell vibe.
I didn't play during...
You did try during the Berry Crusade. Well, crafting gear was extremely good to the point where you'd often see Black Temple prod guilds wearing the same crafted gear that they crafted for the first raid tier. It was that good. Like Spellstrike and Spellfire was very, very good. And in Sunwell, pretty much everybody wore crafted pieces. Leather workers, especially with chests and things like that, and jewel crafters with rings. So they could be going to a more TBC model where there's extremely high-end gear from crafting. But the way they did it in TBC is, like, I think Primals... Remind me, recent TBC Classic players.
Let's just farm loads of shit, though, right?
You had to farm a lot of stuff, but the nethers, like the really good ones, I think they're called Primal Nexus or something, they only came from the raid bosses. So you couldn't go out... You could farm, like, Primals from Heroics, which gave you, like, a decent set, a very good set. But if you wanted the really good stuff, like the Spell Blaster belt, or Belt of Blasting, I think it was called, memory. Yeah, the Nether Vortexes, they had to be gotten from the raid.
Presumably those were final pick.
No, they were BOE. Yeah, they were BOE. So Like I was I was the holder for the vortexes because I could craft the belt of blasting. So I was fed them by my guild. Yeah, sun motes.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I don't care about the dragon story. Well, I mean,
No, the flying. I think that's.
Oh, the flying. I'm fine with it as long as they do something with it.
I don't need it to be gameplay. I'm fine with it. Just.
Say that's just disappointing. It's a waste of a system for me. That's the only thing I feel about that flying thing is if it's just like you can fuck about flying around, which I don't think it is, by the way. They have put up.
I think they'll probably put in like racing.
They said there's features and talent trees to do. Yeah. I mean, they've said that. It's on their website.
I don't want them to put it in like a dungeon.
No, I want it to be outside. Yeah. Yeah, they had it in the Burning Crusade. Oh, I've lost the fucking website now.
You had to fly the dragon.
Yeah, but that was because they couldn't work out 3 buttons. That was different.
I guess. I mean, I thought it, like, personally when I was like...
Well, those people are so shit at using that dragon.
I mean, I was definitely very bad.
Yeah.
Without a
doubt. Dragon Training Systems Preview. Hold on, we gotta have more info here, team. One of the systems added with Dragonflight is called Dragon Riding. Learn how to ride dragons, use momentum, go to Sword of the Isles. Master in the Sky. Special moves. So, use your new riding abilities to keep yourself on your Drake in the air, but beware the denizens of Dragon Isle will knock out extended Spears Dragons out the sky, so someone's going to be hurling stones and spears at you or whatever. Special moves. As you grow in skill, you and your Drake will master new maneuvers, fight against exhaustion and the pull of the earth, and soar above the Dragon Isles. A talented rider. Continue to improve your dragon riding skill at max level by hunting down ancient glyphs and advancing your new dragon riding tree. Once you reach max level, you can conquer additional challenges, like I was saying, all over the Dragon Isles to unlock even more. Now, that might be stuff that's on the dragon, or it could be like, go and kill this world boss. And, you know, when they say challenges that are on the Dragon Isles, it could be world quests, it could be something like that. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe it's racing and other cool things.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Anything like that would be good. Like a weekly tournament, like a dragon riding tournament. That'd be so cool. Yeah. They used to do it with fishing and stuff. Why not?
And as we've seen in games. Especially if you can do it with a group.
Yep.
That's all.
Oh, I go through rings and shit like the ones in Spyro. That's exactly what should be. I mean, they had that in when you leveled in Shadowlands. If you did the dragon side quests in... Where were them religious freaks?
What do you mean, Bastion?
Bastion. If you did the dragon side stuff in Bastion, then they had the rings and stuff to do that. Yeah, it was part of the leveling experience if you did it. You had to choose a side. You could either go with the tigers or you could go with the flyings.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, it was good. I'm hoping for some inspiration from Guild Wars 2 mount system. Yeah, I've not played it, but I mean, Bex plays a lot of Guild Wars 2, and she's been letting us know as we went on here.
Works for them.
As I was saying earlier, like, if something's clearly working in a similar style of game, not borrowing it is fucking nuts. Absolutely. Absolutely stupidity. Like, of course you got to do that. Not like doing your own version of it or anything, it's fine.
No hints at anything close to things.
No, there was never doing housing. I told you. Like, there's no way, man. The game just doesn't support it, unfortunately. Yeah, there's no way. The crafting service is the risk of becoming pay to win. If you could craft exceptionally high level gear that's on the same level as raid loot, as you could just buy gold via the WoW token thing, a gold selling, buy them at SNH and craft the items, just a slight concern. I don't think that's going away in any system with World of Warcraft that has a token system in it or buying gold. Because regardless of where it comes from, right now you can pay somebody to go and get it for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's no different than paying someone.
Yeah, it's just like paying to kill... people were paying to kill the Jailer Mythic week 2. Like, that's not going away anytime soon, dudes, unfortunately.
As much as we can, like... I mean, yes, the WoW token... It does sort of behoove Blizzard to... You know, you can buy gold in any...
Yep.
It's just...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the solution seems to be is that you make it reasonably accessible, and therefore people don't need to be buying it or doing anything untoward to do it. You know what I mean? As long as you make it reasonably accessible, it's not a problem. So it's gone. Yeah. Well, I think we're done for today. So interesting. I'm gonna rewatch this stuff at home and have another think on it, and see what's going on. There was nothing there that really bugged me out though. I thought was terrible or anything. Let's go say who's on? Where was Annie? They're just on the Wowhead channel? Oh, they finished. They finished. Nothing super exciting. No, nothing that was like, oh god, that's cool. I didn't have that reaction either. Go see Max. Didn't have that reaction either, which is a bit of a bummer. I didn't have that reaction of like, oh fuck, that's good. Like there was some cool stuff, like you said, if it's cosmetics, like yeah, it's cool, you can goof around on it. But more details will be coming for sure now they've given that out. All right, no facepalm moments, no, none of those. I'll see you in the morning because we've been going for like 12 hours now, so I'm out of here. Be good. See you in a bit, team. Yeah. Yay. Oh fuck it, wow. Not bad.
What I'm thinking.